Hey everyone, and welcome. We're jumping straight into the Cardano ecosystem today because, wow, there's been a ton of activity lately, some real momentum building up. We're going to look at the trading volumes, the projects building things, the new partnerships, basically what it all means. All right, let's get into it.
So let's start with a big question. What does a busy blockchain ecosystem actually look like? I mean, it's way more than just watching the token price go up or down, right? It's about trading, it's about building, it's about communities coming together. So let's look at some of the hard numbers that really paint that picture. Okay, first up, let's talk about Snec.fun. This is Cardano's top launchpad. And get this, it has just blown past 75 million ADA in trading volume. That is a huge amount of activity, and it signals some really strong interest right where new projects get their start.
And this isn't just some one-off thing. If you look over at Strike Finance, they just smashed through $150 million in monthly trading volume. We're not talking about a small spike here. This is a major financial milestone for a DeFi project on Cardano.
Yeah, and just to put that number into perspective, at this pace, Strike Finance is on track for an annualized trading volume of 1.8 times billion dollars. The point is, this isn't just background noise. This is the sound of a serious financial engine really starting to warm up.
Okay, so all this volume, these big numbers, they're great. But what does that actually mean for, the average person holding ADA? How does this all translate into real opportunities? Let's dig into how this value is actually being created.
This quote from Surf Lending really gets to the heart of it. Living on passive income is now a real possibility. See, the growth in DeFi is creating totally new ways for people to earn. We're moving beyond just simple staking and into more active and, potentially way more lucrative financial strategies.
And this slide really breaks it down. With the old way, traditional staking, if you held a million ADA, you might get around 20,000 ADA a year, which, hey, is not bad. But now, with something like lending on a platform like Surf, that potential yield can jump to over 80,000 ADA. That's a four-fold increase. It just shows how much more effectively your capital can be put to work.
And this isn't just about the finance side of things. It's a feeling that's spreading across the whole community. The sentiment from the Necro League says it all. It is good to be a Necro. The value is being recognized by the holders themselves, so much so that not a single one of their essence crystals is even listed for sale right now. Talk about crystal hands.
But of course, these financial metrics don't just appear out of thin air, right? They're built on a foundation of real-world infrastructure, of projects that are constantly building and expanding. This is kind of like the engine room of the whole ecosystem. Take Mecha Labs, for example. They're not just talking about mining, they're actively doing it. They've already paid the power bill for their first machines, and they're already planning for phase 2, expanding their fleet with even more efficient models. This is what tangible, step-by-step growth looks like.
And they're definitely not alone. You've got Iagon building out a decentralized storage network, and they just got their DAO proposal approved. You've got World Mobile connecting the globe with a decentralized mobile network. And Banker Labs is getting ready to launch a miner raise for their hydro-powered operations. I mean, storage, connectivity, energy. This is the bedrock of any digital economy.
And speaking of World Mobile, this is a really pivotal moment for them. They're closing their final founder wave, which basically marks the end of their foundational phase. So what's next? Well, they're opening their phone plans to everyone. This is a project literally graduating from a concept to a real public-facing utility.
Okay, so building solid infrastructure is one thing, but growth really starts to accelerate when all these different projects start connecting with each other, creating that network effect that ends up benefiting everyone involved.
And those connections are happening fast, and they're happening all over the place. We're seeing NFT projects like Wise Owls partnering up with communities like Quantum Snake. You have digital publishing platforms like Book.io onboarding traditional media. And tokens like CrowdU are getting verified on major decentralized exchanges, which just skyrockets their visibility.
But the vision here is way bigger than just crypto-to-crypto collabs. This goal, which was put perfectly by the team at WithFit, is to onboard people from the crypto world and beyond. They're getting ready to announce a major Web2 partner, which could expose this entire ecosystem to millions of new people. I mean, that is how you bridge the gap to the mainstream.
So we've got the money and we've got the builders. But what truly makes a decentralized ecosystem like this so unique? It's the governance model. On Cardano, the community, that means you, has a direct say in what gets built next.
And this all happens through something called Project Catalyst. This is where projects like, say, Risk Gaming, who want to bring more gamers to Cardano,
or Tokyo, who are teasing a proposal with a huge company, this is where they submit their ideas directly to the community for funding. Your ADA is your vote. It's that simple.
And hey, if you want to participate, here are the key details you need to know. A snapshot of everyone's voting power was taken on September 11th, and the voting officially kicks off on September 22nd. All you need is a registered wallet with at least 25 ADA to have your voice heard and help steer the future of the entire ecosystem.
You know, this quote from Iagon, right after their own proposal was approved, just perfectly captures the spirit of this whole process. It's not top-down, it's collaborative. This is how Cardano grows together. It says it all, really.
So when you pull back and put all these pieces together, what do you see? You see strong financial growth. You see a foundation of builders creating real, tangible infrastructure. You see this growing web of partnerships expanding the network's reach. And all of it is guided by a community that has a real, direct stake in the outcome.
Which kind of leaves us with one final thought. With all this energy, all these moving parts, different projects, different goals, different communities, what's the glue? What truly holds a decentralized ecosystem like this together and keeps pushing it forward? That's definitely something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.